Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to share with you a quick update on how my POLÈNE Mini Neuf has been wearing, just kind of go over whether or not I've seen any wear and tear, and I think just my general thoughts about this bag, as well as the reason why I don't think that I will be purchasing anything from POLÈNE in the foreseeable future. So stay tuned if you're interested. But kind of quick backstory, I did purchase this bag at the end of 2023 on pre-order, so it arrived in my hands in early 2024, I think sometime in January if I remember correctly. I honestly haven't worn this extensively. I've really enjoyed it when I have worn it, but I definitely haven't worn this on like a very consistent basis. And so keeping that in mind, and even though I've had this for a year, I have seen basically no wear and tear. So, which I hope to be the case, seeing as like I mentioned, I haven't worn this like a ton of times. So I'm happy to say though that I have seen really minimal wear. There hasn't been any like scratches that I can see, no excessive rubbing or anything like that. All the glazing is totally fine as well, and really just no issues, no popped stitches or anything. I think in the past I might have seen a video where I think there were some issues with some of these stitches, but for me, and from what I can see, there's been no issues that I can find with my bag. Honestly, the most wear that I can see is like the smallest, maybe a little bit of, I don't know if it's like chipping or wear to the bag. It's so small, I don't even know if you can see or if it'll focus, but yeah, I don't even know if you can see, but just right here near the very corner on the bottom, there seems to be a little bit of maybe like chipping on the leather, just having the paint or whatever it is covering the leather wear a little bit away, which, I mean, considering that I've barely worn this bag in context, maybe could be concerning, but I don't think you can barely see it. So aside from that, I've been generally really happy with how this bag has worn. A couple things that I did want to bring up though that I didn't mention in my first review video that I kind of noticed as I had this bag and touched it and wore it a little bit more, and kind of seeing other bags as well. One thing to note is I find that the glazing on this one, I wouldn't call it sticky, but it's like not super smooth. It's almost more, if I can explain it, like a rubbery feeling. So I used to have the numero set mini, and that one also had glazing on it, and it was super smooth, just like all the other bags that I have. But this one is almost a little bit like not sticky, but like a little bit rubbery feeling. So I thought that was interesting because I don't find that for any of the other bags that I own from other brands, or even my mini set that I had before had that. And more so just a comment on, I wouldn't say quality, and I don't think it's anything that would say it's a bad quality, but I think looking at other videos where people had the same model, not necessarily the same color, but I find, I don't know if my straps are just a little bit more, not wrinkly, but the leather just doesn't seem to be as smoothly sewn in. I'm not sure. Just at the very top, as you can see, it's almost like a little bit more wrinkly. And I just found on other videos that I've seen of this bag, I almost thought that theirs was really nice and smooth versus mine has maybe some more wrinkles. And to me, it doesn't bother me too much, but I thought I would point that out anyways, just because it is an observation that I made as I've been using this bag. But aside from that, like I already mentioned in my previous video, and like it's probably pretty obvious, the opening is very small. To me, I knew that going into it, but it really hasn't bothered me too much. I've just been enjoying it when I do wear it. And yeah, I still absolutely love this bag. I love the look of it, and for what it's worth, I think it's been worth the money that I did pay for this. And yeah, so would I recommend it to someone who's kind of been eyeing this bag? I would say if you love the look of this bag, and keeping in mind kind of the other complaints that other people have made in terms of like the customer service and other issues with the quality of their bag. But if you still absolutely love this bag and are happy to pay the price point it is at now, I think it's still a great bag. Personally, like I'm really happy that I got it for the price that I did, and when I did get it, I've been really enjoying using this when I do. It's such a beautiful bag, and overall I'm really happy with it. But if you were to ask me if I would purchase it personally to this day, I would probably say no. So on the note of pricing, and that of course being honestly a pretty major factor in me likely not purchasing anything from POLÈNE in the near future at this point, is that although I don't think that they did a substantial price increase this year, they did do one last year and it was quite steep. And right now, I live in Canada, the Canadian dollar is really poor. So if you convert the US price to Canadian, it to me is just something that I'm not willing to pay for at this point. I actually noticed, because I recently went on the website, that I think, and I feel like it wasn't like this before, but I think they now have like a designated like Canadian website and a bunch of other countries as well, way more than I recall seeing in the past. And so in my other videos that I've made of all my other POLÈNE bags, I always do have a tip where I suggest purchasing these bags in euros, but I noticed now that there's like a Canadian version of the site where everything is automatically priced in US dollars. I'm not sure that you can purchase via euros anymore, and so that's really unfortunate because again, the price point in US and then when you convert it to Canadian is a lot of money, just because the Canadian dollar is also really bad right now. So kind of bring my point across in terms of price. Right now on the website, if you just convert the US price to Canadian for the Mini Neuf, not even thinking about shipping, taxes, or duties, it comes out to about $780 Canadian. So really, if you were going to then add, let's say, taxes and estimate duties, and if you purchased it when they didn't have like a free shipping deal, that's going to put this price point in Canadian to over $1,000. And that to me is really crazy, considering that when I purchased this in the 2023 price tag with free shipping, after everything, it came out to $513 Canadian. So it basically has doubled in price. And obviously there's multiple factors in that, but for me personally, I don't think I would want to spend $1,000 on this bag. And really any other bag. I've been really trying to be a little bit more mindful in terms of what I've purchased, especially for bags and accessories and those sorts of things. So really I'm trying to stick closer to the $500 mark. So $1,000 for something like this, I don't think I would do it, at least not right now. But yeah, that is just a really quick update in terms of how my bag has been wearing, which, like I mentioned, has been great. No complaints there. I'm really happy that I did pick it up when I did. And overall, I do really love the bag. And I'm just glad that I did purchase it when I did, because right now I think prices and everything with economy and whatnot is a little bit crazy. But thank you as always for taking time to watch my videos. And for those that subscribe, I really appreciate it. If you have any questions though, definitely leave those down in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. But aside from that, I hope you all have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next video.